See you live. Oh, hey, Cheryl. I don't know what happened, but we were supposed to have been live on the other channel. Evidently, I got two streams going, so I'm gonna have to get in touch with JG and tell him to come on over here. But I don't know what happened. I really don't. And just hold on 1 minute. Hey, Cassandra, how you doing? Mike, how you doing? Grease, growing what I eat. Hey, so glad to see you guys popping up over here. I don't know, evidently I had two lives scheduled for tonight because I was over on the other channel talking to J3GS and Miss Shirley OG, and it just wouldn't pick us up, wouldn't record. But I see I'm live over here on this one, so evidently, me being an old codger, it just I just mess up real quick. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and go on with this thing, and maybe Miss Shirley and Jed will find us in a minute. Hey, just one Ella, how you doing? Well, the rest of my chat hasn't got in yet, one Ella, but I think they'll come on over just in a little bit. Mike, I appreciate you showing up again tonight and helping out as always. Miss Turner, my Renaissance grandma, hey, from the bushes. Well, I'm glad to see all you guys, really I am. We've got several little things we're going to do tonight, but I'm trying to wait on the rest of my panel to come over here on this line. So evidently I had two of them set up because StreamYard redirected me back to this particular one. So I have to go down and come back up again. So if any of you can, just tell Jed that I'm over here on this one. But like I said, I'm an OG and proud of it. And I'm still learning this stuff myself. It's not like it's something that I've already know and I've been doing for years, because I was almost a senior before I ever even started fooling with computers. But you all can hear and see me good. How about it, my Renaissance grandma? Can you hear me good? Oh. Okay, I don't know how to do that. Okay, hopefully they can pick that one up. Alrighty. Okay, thank you, Cassandra. I really don't know what happened is because Jay said he couldn't get this this link, so I'm gonna try to send it to him. You guys just bear with me just 1 minute here. Let me try to get this to Jed and Miss Shirley. Like I said, we got a few things we're gonna talk about tonight, and we're supposed to have a Mother's Day trivia giveaway. If I can get JG over here, because it's his night to do this. Give me a minute, people. Give me a minute. Hang there with me. Hey, Francesca. I am trying really hard, really hard. I guess you can see how I'm typing. Well, I don't really have my chat up here yet, Francesca, but I'm trying to get them because, like I said, tonight is supposed to be Jed's night to do the Mother's Day giveaway. But it seems like I can't do this thing without messing up every week. So just hold on and bear with me just for a minute. And let me see if I can get him and Miss Shirley over here. You guys talk amongst yourself right now, and then I'll get right back in there with you. I hope that went to him. Okay, Ernie Cadman. Hey, Ernie. Glad you made it. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? How you doing? Devora, I guess evidently I must have posted 2 different chats and 2 different lives, and I erased the one that I erased one of them, so I guess I messed up. It's just that simple. But let's first check and see how is the weather in your guys' neck of the woods, and maybe that'll give JG and the rest of them time to get here. So, Francesca, how is the weather in your area? Sylvia, how you doing? Well, like I said, I'm just OG still messing up and everything. 6-3 and Muggy Mike said. Yeah, Cheryl, I see you, Cheryl Norris. I believe that's the way you pronounce it. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, very windy in Maryland today, 51 and raining where Francesca is, and 74 and muggy where Sylvia is. And it has been sort of warm here today, but hey, Crafty, but it has been, like I said, cool to me. Missouri 62, okay, Cheryl. And Devora 75 where she's at. But it has been cool to me. Like I said, that's the reason I got this house coat on tonight, because I'm cool and Fran is hot. Yeah, go figure. But usually that's the way it is. Oh, good God, Andy, the ground is still frozen where you at. Yeah, you're right, Francesca. The rain is really beneficial to all of us where the weather is warm at. Now, where it's still froze like where Ernie is, the more rain he get, the more ice he gonna have in the ground. Glad to see Crafty here tonight. And yeah, make sure you hit that like button, people. Thank you, Cheryl. And Sylvia said it was 85, felt like 95. Well, where you are, Sylvia, and just one Ella and Cece, you guys got some good weather compared to what we're doing here. Well, the coop is coming along fairly well, Francesca. I've been so busy now since the weather changed. I've been trying to get the garden in and work on it and do other little projects at the same time. So it's been pushing the old man. I can tell you that now. It's really been pushing me. And then this weather change and the humidity and temperature like it is. Hey, Jed, send that to
Hold on. I got stuff going trying to hook up.
But I am glad that all of you popped up and showed up tonight. Evidently, like I was telling the people here in the chat, Jade, I must have had too many things hooked up. Hey, Haley. Haley Means. I hope I pronounced your name right. JG is trying to get set up and get in. So maybe we'll have him here pretty soon because it's his night really to do the Mother Day trivia. So if you can, my brother, send that link I sent to you to Miss Shirley.
I'm trying to.
Okay. I don't know what happened. But people, I was supposed to have had in my hand my new computer. It was supposed to have been here yesterday. The one that, hey, daughter, how you doing? Glad you found me. Yeah, you're right, Francesca. Hold to technology.
Let's see if she'll come on. I think I just sent her the one that I had. So
okay, good.
We'll see.
Good, very good. But as usual, I screwed this one up just like I been screwing the rest of them up.
That's all right. Ain't no heartfelt. It's all part about computers and stuff. It's all right.
Yeah, you got that right. But anyway, we're gonna get this thing going. Okay, she says she's trying to get out of the basement. I don't even see her. I don't even see her.
Uh-oh.
Evidently, you need to check that again, Jed. Check that again. But anyway, people, we are trying to get Miss Shirley OG the new link. And we're going to try to get her up here. Because we want to really talk to you guys tonight about some stuff that we want to share with you. And we want to talk to you about. But like I said before, we are OGs. And, you just have to bear with us. Sylvia says she thinks she's trying to get out of her basement. No, she's trying to get up here on the stage where we're at. Okay, thank you, Donna. Thank you. Thank you so much. But
another one coming to you, Miss Shirley. Let's hope this is it.
But anywho, OG mean the old girl or old guy. It could be either one of them, Francesca.
And it really ain't sticking on old.
That's right. But I don't mind being called OG myself because I normally do more work about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and most people do it 6 o'clock in the evening, so it don't bother me.
Yeah.
But we're still trying to get Miss Shirley up, but we're going to go on and talk about a few other things here. Originals. Yeah, there you go, 1L. I like that.
Yeah, that's what it is, original OG.
That's
Oh,
right.
original gangster, really, but original OG.
Hmm. I got all kind of stuff popping up here.
Now you just want Miss Shirley to pop up.
Yeah, just one other pop up. Original gangsters. Okay, Sylvia. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Uh, you know,
So let me just, since we waiting on Miss Shirley, I'll go ahead and ask, how many questions, how many gifts are we giving out today?
we're gonna do the normal gift that we always give out.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Okay, Francis. We're gonna do the normal gift card. We're gonna do it, and then we're gonna do the. I think we ought to do the Mother's Day trivia. Really, we should do it. Give the clue tonight, and then do the actual drawing or whatever you're gonna do it on the Mother's Day thing. We ought to do it Tuesday on that chat. What you think?
Well,
Give them the week.
it doesn't matter when we do it, as long as we do it before Mother's Day.
Right.
And
And then we got to do it so we can get it to them. Hey, Miss Shirley, I see you. Can you see us?
you got to click on her face.
I did.
There she go.
Ta-da!
Check it again. You got two things running.
I
Got
don't
that in?
have anything else running.
You on your phone still?
Yep.
How many windows you got open on your phone?
We be trying, people.
All right. I don't have any open.
The boot 504.
So,
Is there still an echo, Jigs?
Yeah, yours is echoing. Yeah, she is starting.
Do I need to go out? It took me forever to get back in. I got kicked out.
Yeah, I was talking to you and then it disappeared.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I don't know what's going. But
I'm still giving that echo, Jigs.
yeah, everything is echoing.
The echo coming on your side. But hold on, let me try
All right,
something.
wait a minute.
Let me try something. Well. It's still there.
Hello? All right, I'll go out and come back in again, hopefully. All right. Bye.
Well,
Okay. Yeah, it's on Miss Shirley's side. Hey, Miss Tiff, how you doing?
what up, Mike, Francesca, Boots 504, Cassandra, Cheryl Norris, Nikki, Miss Healy, all y'all. So let's see what it's like now. I don't hear nothing.
Hello. Okay.
I don't hear nothing. You good?
Okay. All right.
So let me
Hi,
ask you one
everybody.
question before we do start. Did the Watermelon King send you that phone?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
I'm just messing with you because his phone is always
I
messing
know.
up.
I'm looking at you. Yeah, I'm looking at you like you got jokes. Okay, come on. Like for real.
In the absence of David Corey.
And I know who you was talking about, but every time we say his name, he seemed to pop up out of nowhere. So I don't try to say the T word. I don't say the D word.
Well,
And I don't say the W word.
I was looking at some of the people in the T word you're talking about, and they was bragging and showing off all these veggies that they're growing. But if you got that kind of weather and the temps, you can grow anything you want to grow.
That's true.
And they already complained about it's too hot already.
Yeah, and then the people that's in our zones and upper zones and zones lower, they feeling bad because they think they're doing something wrong. And it's not that. It's not that. I want people to understand you got to realize it's all depend on your zone and the area you're in.
Right.
Because everybody can't grow certain things right now. You can't do it.
Yeah, because here in Cleveland, the high today was only 56 degrees.
Ooh,
and it's going to drop down. Yeah, and it's going to drop down to 45 tonight. And then it's supposed to turn around and jump all the way up to 78 degrees tomorrow. And they wonder why everybody's sick and stuff. I mean, it's hard for us humans to go through these constant highs and lows on the temperature. So imagine how it does on your plants. Your plants can't make that adjustment.
Look who just popped up there, sis.
Oh, Lord.
She had to fill in because her brother ain't showed up yet.
Who? CC?
Hey, CC.
I can't see the chat.
Oh, okay.
CC just popped up. But I talked to my brother this afternoon too, and he was talking about how cold it was up there in New York. And I said, just keep it. I don't want to be up though.
Well,
I'm hearing about folks in South Carolina and North Carolina and the T word in Georgia, and y'all get all this kind of weather, and we still here trying to wear coats and stuff and pray it don't snow. So,
Well, the thing about it, even in South Carolina right now, it depends on what part of South Carolina you're in. Because I'm in the northern part, and the people in the southern part of South Carolina have much warmer weather than we're having. So, it depends on the part of the state you're in too, the upper or the southern part of it.
Yeah.
Because you remember back years ago, we used to say down by the branch. So now it's politically incorrect to say branch. You got to say creek, down by the creek.
Oh, well, I was going to ask you what the branch was because I'm Southern, but I ain't that Southern. So I was going to ask you what the branch meant.
It was a slang that the older people used back then because the creek branched off.
Right.
Or the river.
Oh, okay.
The river branched off. And we didn't call the little part of water that they call creeks now. That was a branch because it branched off from something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the reason I even mentioned that is because that's where, back years ago, they had people that they call root doctors or root workers. Now they call them herbologists.
Yeah, herbalists.
Okay.
Herbalists.
Herbalists, yeah.
But
I heard Fran what you say, same thing.
I want Fran to stay in her conversation in there. let me do this one. Fran, I would appreciate it if you would just let me have this live. But they used to tell you to go down to the branch and get this particular root from this particular bush and bring it back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
So we have been using what have been put here to heal us for years.
Right.
And they would tell these people, we're not talking about witch doctors now.
Right.
Root.
I didn't hear that. But anyway, yeah, people that use the roots and broke them down or whatever, break them down, powder them. But now they don't call it the roots that you took up. It's just like turmeric, ginger. That's the bottom part of the plant, right?
Right.
Right.
And the root was the bottom part of the plant. See, and then it's always, I was listening to Odom last week where he was saying that it's always a new brand or a new name or something that comes up. All this stuff that we have been talking about and we talk about now was back years ago, but they just changed the name of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing to it is your parents, your grandparents, mine, all our grandparents used to deal with, as the Bible said, this is your food and your healing.
Mm-hmm.
And the grandparents knew to go somewhere in the woods to get something that will heal you.
Mm-hmm.
But due to the situation, the fact that we were brought down and we weren't allowed to know this stuff. And one thing I can honestly say, I'm not on TikTok, but I watch TikTok, and I'm glad I do, because there's a lot of things that come to reality that you knew when you were young, and it now coming back now that you hear it. Even when it comes to the garden, all the stuff that they put on the garden to put pests away and all that stuff. The only thing I knew my grandmother used was flour. That was it. She would sprinkle a little flour on the cabbage and all the vegetables and stuff. They would eat it. They done. They don't bother us no more. The flour would clog them up, and they leave the vegetables alone. But we're coming in reality now that all the stuff that we used to, that we should have been using, now we want to use.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, look at over the centuries, different groups of people have always been knowledgeable about living off the earth, like the Indians. The
Right.
Indians knew what herbs to gather up and use for whether it was a toothache or whether it was a headache or cramps or whatever. They knew what herbs to go out there and try. And they show different documentaries from different countries, like in India. They were showing how the women were saving the trees out there from the foresters from cutting them all down because of all the natural herbs and stuff.
Mhm.
And the sap from some of the trees and the leaves and stuff. They said, if y'all cut all these trees down, you're taking away all our medication, and this stuff won't grow back, once you cut it down. Just the way they did the rainforest. Look how they went through the rainforest. They were finding rare flowers and leaves and stuff and animals in there that they could get certain things from to help with certain diseases and disorders. But now they didn't cut all that down, and a lot of that stuff is lost. It's not coming back. So now that
Don't mean to cut
people
you
are
off.
realizing,
Don't mean to
Okay.
cut you off, sister, but I just wanted to respond to Devore, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, Devore. Herbal healing, not voodoo.
yeah,
That's
Uh-huh.
exactly what I'm talking about. And then, like you said, a lot of people get branded in Louisiana and everywhere else because the first thing they say is about the root worker, because they had the doggone thing backwards.
Yeah.
They had it made as a meaning that didn't define what really was going on. This was the reason that I really wanted to talk about this, because we go way back here to get back up here where we are today. It's
Mhm.
just like Sister Shirley was saying. It's all this stuff that came from the earth. That's why they put it here. That's why the good Lord,
Yeah.
the good Maker, put it here,
Yeah.
for we can have something to heal ourselves. I've not read anything in the Bible or whatever book about the doctors was created here.
Well, it says that
Everything that you needed was provided and put here for you.
just the little pieces.
Right.
The doctor is here for those that don't believe. That is why the serpent was put on a stick, and he said, "Who all look at this stick shall live." So
Well,
that,
sure, they
that
say
was
you
the
look
medical portion right
say
there.
you looking good and beautiful tonight. What you doing?
Oh, thank you. I was out today. I was invited over to a friend's house for dinner, and I like to play bid whist. I like cards. So after I had my Bible meeting, I came home and changed out real quick and went over there. I literally just got home at 9:30. I was like,
Hey,
I got to
Tampa.
go home, y'all. I got something to do. So thank you. Thank you. Every now and then, like my mom said, I can clean up a little bit, a little something. But thank you very much.
You clean up real good tonight. That's
That's what I'm saying. Hey, look like me and Bam ready to go to bed, and you ready to go out on time.
But
Believe it
I
or not,
tell
I
you,
got on pajama pants.
well, I'll tell you the truth. I wouldn't have had this house coat on, but I got told friend, I said, I'm cold. I am cold. I was. I mean, she was telling me, oh, it's hot to me. Yeah, right. But I thought maybe one time I was coming down with something because, like I said, this weather and the way my sinus is acting up, and man, there's so much pollen here that you can just rub your finger across your car and you can just see it.
Hey, Bam, that's
You
one of
would,
the.
think, you would think with the rain we have had that it would be gone, but no.
Hey, Bam, that's one of the biggest mistakes ever made was when I bought a little fan to put on her side of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest mistake ever. Now when I go to sleep, I wear a cap. Before I didn't have to wear a cap. Now I wear a cap to go to sleep.
Well, I can understand the cap part, Jan. I really can. But
we didn't ask for hot flashes. We didn't ask for us to be super warm. I mean, this is part of our nature. Because honest to goodness, my granddaughter used to say, "Gran, why you got a fan next to your bed?" And now she's married with a husband of her own, and she's like, "Yeah, I got one sitting right on the nightstand." I was like, I figured once you got old enough, you figured.
Y'all paying for Eve's naughtiness. That's all. Y'all paying for Eve's naughtiness.
I don't know what they're paying for, but I love all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I love them all too, except for that fan.
Yeah, I love them
Now
all.
that wasn't Eve's naughtiness. That was Adam didn't listen. Don't put it on him.
Well, how many of you guys remember the midwives?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My aunt still won. She delivered half my cousins. So yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I remember the midwives.
I know a lot of the new ones.
No, Cheryl.
Don't remember midwives. They probably never even read about them because now they're taking so much out of the history that a lot of the younger ones don't even know what a midwife was. Yeah, okay. I did too.
Yeah.
I did.
Cheryl was a midwife too. Okay, Cheryl.
Yeah. They call them what, friend? Doulas.
Yeah, that's what they call them now, doulas. Yeah.
Oh,
my granddaughter had one. She didn't know whether she was going to sit in a tub or a pool of water to deliver the baby. But then because of complications, she had to have a C-section. But she had a doula at first where they were practicing how to do. I was like, no, I'm not paying somebody else how to poop out a baby. I was like, no.
Well, I don't know, y'all call them doulas or whatever, but back then, the midwife wasn't coaching nobody on how to deliver a baby. They just delivered them. They knew exactly what to do.
Tell a man, get out the room and lead us to us.
Yeah, they knew exactly.
Yeah, make sure you got plenty of hot water boiling and clean towels and a blanket to wrap the baby up in.
That's it.
Yeah.
But the only thing we just doing really is trying to give a little knowledge. Like I said, the night is a night for the OGs, and we talk about what we want to talk about. Hey, Happy Matt.
You sure will.
Hey, Happy Matt. Happy Matt said,
Tell you the truth, it kind of seemed like they
pooping
pooping
out
out
a baby.
because when the baby is coming, it's both of them at the same time sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the way they did when they was out in the fields picking cotton. They
That's it.
squat and drop. They squat and drop. So they
Mama.
did.
That's it. You call somebody and you just go down. Plain and simple.
Yep. They snipped the cord and keep it moving. They didn't have
After you
hospitals. There
after
wasn't
you
no
drop
there
it,
wasn't no outpatient clinics back in that day. Wasn't no free clinics back in that day. You did the best you can with what you had available, you know. And there's always that one or two women that was either in the neighborhood or someone knew she had delivered so many babies. She was considered a midwife at
right.
that point. You know, like if you ever watch some of the old shows like Little House on the Prairie and a few other like Bonanza or those cowboy pictures, they showed you where they had someone that they knew who knew how to deliver babies. And the first thing they say, you got hot water boiling and you got fresh towels and a blanket. And the men would stand outside, like you say, until they heard that baby cry. And then they want to come in or somebody come out and say either it's a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Happy Matt
No
said
hospital bill, no anesthesiologist, and none of that was happening.
Happy Matt said she was trying to stay quiet, but you made her laugh, Miss Shirley. So she said with that drop and squat or squat and drop or something.
Squat and drop. I mean, but that's what you did.
But you
weren't laying down with your legs in the air. I mean, you squat and drop.
Yeah. But like like I said, we talk about what we want to talk about.
Hey.
So we old like that, you know. But that was what I was trying to say a little bit ago when DeVore made that statement about people in Louisiana had got the ill name of voodoo workers and stuff like this. But that was a classification that certain people put you in.
Yes.
Because now, even the Native American, they had what they call medicine men.
Yeah.
And then, hey, oops. Like I said before, who the hell is oops? But we had people that.
Hey, Lynette.
We're not talking about like I said, for witch doctors and all this kind of stuff, voodoo type stuff. Now, a root doctor, a rut, or whatever you want to call it, can be classified as a person that helps heal and take care of one another. Because there were certain people that your granny or your auntie knew to take you to or go to get something that would help heal that particular cold, cough, rash, or whatever.
Snake bite.
That's right. And it wasn't store bought either.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could.
But if you notice, they're really getting back into it now because people are tired of taking 20 pills a day to take care of whatever ails them. You know, like they're letting people know that there is a natural way to help with diabetes, high blood pressure, migraines, cramps, fungal, with your toes or whatever, wherever you got a fungus going at, toothache plants that we learned that we could grow ourselves. But we're finally getting back to where we should have been so long ago. But a lot of us depended on the doctor telling us what was wrong and giving us what we need. But then we found out that a lot of this medication that we are prescribed, it's got so many doggone side effects. So you don't even want to take it. I got a prescription last month after my knee surgery. And when I opened it up, because they give you a description of the medication, whether it's the pure kind or whether it's generic, and it gives you a list of all the side effects. And once I read all of it, I said, I'm not taking this. I was like, it's got side effects I don't even want to get, because then I'm gonna have to take another pill to get rid of that. I was like, you know what, y'all gonna have to give me something else. I said, I'm not even gonna mess with this. You know,
Yeah.
I was just like too through. So I am with them when they said that we need to grow our own herbs. Like I have my echinacea out there. I got lavender. I got nasturtiums. I got a lot of flowers that has a lot of medicinal power to them. And I'm growing ginger and turmeric and all this other stuff. So I should not have any excuse why I can't take some of the stuff that I'm growing to help heal myself naturally without any side effects.
Cassandra said, I know what she's talking about. They made asafoetida bags. Uh, I know exactly what you're talking about, Cassandra, because I used to have to wear one, and my other
Yeah,
little
me
cousin had
too.
to wear one, and you didn't want to wear that thing to school. Good Lord.
No.
You tried to
You
you
know,
you tried to hide it before you got to school or take that thing off or whatever. But yeah,
Well,
but
try to let your grandmother rub you down with sardines and got every cat in the neighborhood walking behind you.
and they're talking about you in school.
Smelling like fishy.
But you know what? That's one of the things right there concerning all this medication and stuff. Now, my doctor retired. He retired twice from the VA, and he retired once, and then they brought him back for 4 days a week. He left last year, and I got another doctor, a female doctor, and I told her, I'm tired of taking all this medication because as long as I was working and everything, I never had a problem with this medication because I was constantly going. But now that I'm retired and everything, and I'm taking all this medication, I'm not right. Now, as
Yeah.
much as I used to drive, I never had a problem going over a bridge. Once I stopped working and everything and still taking all this medication, I got problems going over a bridge. I could be going 67 miles an hour, come to the bridge, I'd knock it down to 50. And I said, I can't take this medication no more because it's hurting me more than it's helping me. And she said, I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to the holistic way. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. That's to say
They can't make no money. They
that
can't
was
make no money from the pharmaceutical
right.
department. They can't make any money.
That was the first and the last time I saw her. I just got another
Yeah.
doctor, female, and I told her, I said, I'm carnivore and I go holistic. Well, your blood pressure is real high right now. I said, the only reason my blood pressure get high is because when I come to this VA and I know y'all gonna find some kind of problem. That's the only reason my blood pressure up. But other than that, long as I'm home doing what I'm doing and everything, my blood pressure is not up.
Hoop said there's no dollars in cures, and he's right about that because when you get so, you got to take a medicine to take care of that medicine that you just
That's
took.
it.
That
Yeah.
medicine.
That's it.
And that's when
Yeah.
things
It's
really
a
start.
domino effect.
Hey,
Yes.
G Mama Grove,
Hey, G Mama.
you guys make sure you hit that like button and show us that Miss Shirley say that you like us just a little bit.
Like a little
Yeah,
bit.
but
But you know what? We not only are we trying to make ourselves healthier, but we also want our children. We got grandkids and great grandkids and stuff that
Yes.
we want them to live a better life. We don't want them hooked on all these drugs that we're taking now. We want them to be able to naturally not only partake of this, but then to learn how to use it and then pass it on to their kids. Because you
Right.
know, we got grown grandkids and what have you. They got kids of their own. And like they used to send my granddaughter to me sick. I keep telling them, don't send that baby over here sick to spend the weekend with me. And then they send her, and then I spend all weekend getting her back together. But I could do it in that weekend because I was using natural stuff. And when she go back home Sunday night, she good to go to school on Monday. If it was left up to them, she still be sick the whole week, you know. So they
I
was like, well,
remember
what
that.
do you do? And I tell them, don't give them all that junk that the doctor tell you. I was like, we got natural stuff. I was like, give that baby some castor oil or 3 6s or whatever. Quit giving them all that medication because all it does is constipate them. Now you got another issue,
Yeah.
and they snorting and snotting. And, we do the old thing of the Vicks rub. My mom used to take the Vicks, rub it on the
Mhm.
top of your head, underneath both of your arms, down your nose, around your neck, your chest, around your genitals, and the bottom of your feet. And she made sure it was warm. And she wrapped you up real good, and you sweat that out, and you will pass all that stuff out of your system. You wasn't coughing up cold for no 2 weeks. You wasn't coughing, period. All that stuff was worked out of your system naturally, and they got more energy, and they going about their business. Didn't nobody want to be stuck home with no sick child.
Now,
No, you got them together and got them out the house.
Well,
hey, Miss
you couldn't
Shirley,
afford to
do,
be at
do
home.
you know why she put in those certain places? Just think about it. Do you know why she put in those certain places?
Well, as a child, no, I didn't. I just figured that that's where it would start from your head and just work it out of your system.
No, those are the places that you sweat most. You sweat on the top
Okay.
of your head, your armpits, neck, and genital
Okay.
area. That's where you sweat from
Okay.
mostly.
Okay. All right. No, that
Cheryl said
question is answered.
Sarah said she had to fight with this microwave mama because her granddaughter don't want to cook nothing.
No.
Yeah,
So stay away
because
from all that radiation.
yes, you're right, Lynette. Once you learn what to use rather than using what they say use,
Yeah.
you can cure yourself, and you will be a lot healthier than what you think you could be, because there are cures and medication out here that's already natural. Might be in your front
Yeah.
yard. You don't even know about it.
That's it. That's it.
But a lot of the stuff, if you just, you could actually take a picture through Google and Google stuff and
Yeah.
see what it is
Yeah.
before you even dig it up or throw it away. You take a picture of it and they tell you. And then you can see is there medicinal reasons or purposes for it. So that is,
Bam. Oh, I'm sorry.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about when Bayou Sugar did that series about herbs and how they had all these different people that were slaves and some were sharecroppers. And back in the day where they said, she gave a list of the herbs that they used and what they were for, whether it was for whooping cough or ear infection or whatever. And I was just saying, we're just going back to where we should have been a long time ago, but we didn't listen. And
Right.
it took the pandemic to wake up a lot of people in
I
regards that you could do a lot better than what you was doing. Look at all the folks now that is growing their own teas. They making teas out of leaves from the vegetables, from the fruit trees, or growing the actual plant themselves and making teas. They breaking out the dehydrators. They breaking out brown paper bags. Now they got this netting thing, that the circle that they can hang up outside and let
yeah.
herbs, dry naturally. They buying freeze dryers. They have gone above and beyond in regards to trying to improve their health and save this for future, not just for today. Some of the stuff they are with the Mylar bags is supposed to be good for the next 20, 25 years, So it's just showing people, they showing us the seriousness of how we really need to get back to nature. Where we were made from dust, we will return to dust. But in
Yes.
between, we're supposed to be able to take care of ourselves.
And then not only that too is that there's a time that this is the time, not there's a
Yeah.
time. This is the time that we need to start loving one another more than what we are doing. And not only love one another, but respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Respect one another. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
the respect for people and each other have gone completely out the window for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah.
And
Bath water and the baby.
this is something that we need to get back, and we need to get it back real soon, real quick, because eventually it's going to be to the point that we need each other.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And we need to start. We need to start now. Should have been. Ain't no need to talk about what should have happened 3 years ago. We need to start talking about right now.
That's
We need
fact.
to start now and respecting and loving and getting back together with each other and become a total family, because we are definitely going to have each other. We got to.
That's a fact.
There's no way around it. There's no way around it.
But Bama, have you seen some of these people who are in the healthcare profession? A lot of these people that are nurses and doctors, they don't have compassion.
No
They
more.
don't have, no, that's what I'm saying. I work with nurses that I'm trying to figure out, how did you get your degree? Why are you a nurse? And a lot of them said for the money. I
That's it.
mean, they
That's
weren't
it.
they weren't people persons. And I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, if I'm glad that if I ever got sick at the hospital, they wouldn't send me back to my unit. They would send me somewhere else, because some of them nurses that was on our unit, and they eventually let them go because they weren't people person. They had no compassion for these people, nothing whatsoever. And I was like, put yourself in that individual's place. If he had to switch
So true,
places,
Tag. So true. So
if
true.
you got somebody coming in trying to check you out, you don't want them roughing you up and just talking to you any old kind of way. And I'm just like, it's scary of this new generation of people they got out here that don't have any compassion for
None
another human
whatsoever.
being.
That's right. That's right. But
Well,
you know,
well, like you said, a lot of people is there just for that money. They went to
Right.
medical school to learn how to get people's money. They didn't go to medical school
Right.
to learn how to heal somebody or to help somebody. They main goal to, I want to be rich. I want to have this car. I want this big house. I want that. And the only one to get it by taking folks' money. That's what they're doing. A doctor really being concerned about somebody, out of 100, you might find 2.
But
Yeah.
you know the thing about it, I've got 2 female doctors. I got one civilian doctor and one military doctor that are females. And you know what I like about both of them is the fact that they listen.
Yeah.
They listen to what I've got to say. They listen to
Yeah.
what my problem is. But I've had doctors that you go in there and you tell them what you think that's wrong with you, and you feel this, feel that. And the first thing they want to do is tell you, well, I'm going to give you this prescription. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you that. But these two ladies, like I said, I've got to give them their props because they
Yeah.
listen and they got that compassion. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they love what they're
David,
doing.
I got a story to tell y'all. I went to visit my orthopedic doctor, and he was already running late. They had me in the room with a gown on, and I'm sitting here waiting on this man with this cool breeze rolling over the top of my head. So he come running in the door telling, I'm sorry, I need da 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 da. And I looked at him, I said, have a seat. And he looked at me and he was like, what? I said, have a seat. I was like, oh, I paid for this time. I was like, y'all take money out of my checking account every month for coverage. I was like, have a seat. You're not going to come in here, take a look at my chart, and then, okay, I'll see you in 6 months. And you didn't have me sitting in the waiting room longer than you didn't have me in the examination room. I said, oh, no, sweetheart, I'm going to get my money's worth. Have a seat, get busy. You was late for me. You're going to be late for the next patient because I got a whole list of stuff I need to ask you. And he looked at me and and he tilted his head. He said, well, I guess I have to have a seat. I said, yeah, because if not, you're going to need security because you're not going to jump up and leave up out of here without me telling you what I feel. I was like, I was trying to tell him something and he cut me off. I said, hold up. Let me finish what I'm saying first before you cut me off. And he was like, I'm sorry. And then when I got through, he said, oh, I was like, yeah, all you had to do was listen. That's all I asked you to do. It took me a 45-minute drive out here Then you make me sit in the waiting room for another 15, 20 minutes. And then you going to come in here and stay for 2 seconds and run up out the door. I was like, oh, no, sweetie. I was like, have a seat, get comfortable, because we finna have a conversation. And it was worth it. And he apologized. And I got all my questions answered. And he took care of me like he was supposed to. And then he said, I like you. He said, you have a nice day. I said, you too. I was like, yeah, because I'm tired of you running in there. Like, it took me longer to get there than for you to check me out to see what's wrong with me. I was like, you got the wrong one. I was like, no, have a seat.
Yeah, they had the wrong one. They really did.
Yeah.
Okay, Jed, let's do what we're gonna do here now. How you
Well,
want to do this?
I tell you what, since we're gonna do this mostly on Tuesday night,
Mhm.
since this is a sweet situation, I got a question for y'all, and I'll provide the gift for this one. Small jar of honey, because it's a sweet
Ooh.
situation.
Sweet.
Okay,
This is a question.
Listen up, Jed. Listen up, Jed. Jed finna give away a small jar of honey.
I'm going by the first answer I see. That's why I have my iPad and the computer. Now listen, this is a 2-part question. What flower is associated with Mother's Day, and what colors and what they mean?
Ooh.
Well,
What flowers is associated with Mother's Day? What colors are they, and what do they mean? Red.
PIA said red rose, I
I
love you.
love you. No.
And my Renaissance red rose alive.
Okay, that's people talking about 2 red roses. I'm gonna need that gallon. Okay. Iris.
White rose mean expired.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 2-part question. You got to answer these questions. It's a 2-part question. You got to answer one time.
My Renaissance grandma said white rose expired, mean expired.
Yes.
Yeah.
But y'all got to put this stuff together now. You're giving me separate answers.
Yeah. Put them all together.
Cassandra said rose is white if mother is deceased, red for a living mother.
Yes. Who you said that? Cassandra?
Cassandra, South Fulton.
Where's she at? I don't even see her.
Yeah, she's on there.
You said that was South
she's
Fulton.
At 1101. Yeah, Cassandra.
Okay, Cassandra.
Because my Renaissance grandma, she said it, but she
said
had
half
separate.
of it.
Yeah, she said it separate. Okay, you can stop. We got a winner. Cassandra, South Fulton.
Cassandra, hit me up on my email, J3GS Farms. Take the S off of Farms. J3GS Farm at gmail.com.
Okay, well, we're gonna do the Mother Day trivia when, Jet? Tuesday night at 7:00. And we're gonna send I'm gonna send my sister, Miss Shirley OG, an invite so she can be on there with us. So we're gonna have her on there with us, with Crafty and Unbiased, the rest of the guys. So I am going to give away a gift card that I always do, usually on Tuesday night, but since last Tuesday we didn't get to do our live because the computer was messing up. Sort of like it was tonight, but at least we got back on tonight. But we're gonna do this one. Listen up now. We're gonna do this one between 100 and 200. Give me a number between 100 and 200. Go ahead and start them, Jed. You can start.
There you go. Now, I got 14.
No, but oh, there it is right there. Hope,
Stop,
stop. My Renaissance grandma.
Oh. What?
No,
111. 111.
there it
My
is. Right.
Renaissance grandma, she was the third person in the chat and she got it. Third person.
My
111.
Renaissance grandma. Okay, people. My
Congratulations,
Renaissance
my
grandma,
Renaissance.
you know what to do. Go ahead and send me an email. And you know, I don't keep addresses. I did have your address at one time, but I don't keep addresses because I don't think people want you to keep them. But anyway, send me your address, my Renaissance grandma, and I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna check out of here for the night. I appreciate everybody that came in, everybody, because you could have been even in the bed, rather, but you chose to be with us. And we appreciate it so much. And as my sister always said, just love us just a little bit.
Hey,
Libby.
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
But the thing about it is I love you, and there ain't a thing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do
But
about it.
love them back.
But love me back. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.